Hello fellows, my name is Alexey Davidov. I'm developer of Train Valley 2, one of the developers actually, and today I'm gonna introduce you our long-awaited feature, Level Editor. Finally, this link in main menu is active and we can show you some stuff inside. So in this tab you can see all levels. I hope there will be much more levels than you currently see. Right now there are just 2 levels made by me or by our team, and my levels is the section screen there. You can see levels created by you, by the user, and subscribed is the screen there. You can find levels those you've subscribed at. So let me show you how it works. You find some level, you press subscribe and wait a little bit, because here it can be bug, and if it's never happened, you just press X and open workshop again. And right now this level is subscribed and you can play it. Press and play button, easy. So yeah, it's just some testing level. We're not gonna play it. Good, so it's pretty much clear and we can go to level editor finally. Level editor tool was using by our team to create all the levels in the main campaign, so it quite working, but still there are some issues right now that's in our to-do list, and we're gonna fix it, and probably there are some more bugs. I hope you understand that it's just early access and there should be some bugs, so we hope you will help us to fix it, and please report if you find some issues. Okay, let's begin. First of all, I should tell you about the size of the level. If you press so let's just create some new level. We'll call it just test. Press save. Okay, so you can see it in the list. The resize button shows you the size of the level. Actually right now it's 72. It means that the level size is 72 cells. You can see the small cells here, and I will show you which size is counted. So I will use some paintbrush, and here are borders of the working area. So this area is not fully reductible. We're using this trick to make game more optimized, and actually this square is the working area, and this area is just to fulfill the the other space, to make it, filled. So this size is 72 cells, as you can see, and this frame is visible area. Right now it's aspect ratio 16:9, and it is show the area that player will see. So I can show you how it works. You can see only one spot of this color. So if you want to resize the level, it's better to make it before you start editing, but my advice to use 72 as the middle size, because all our later levels in the main campaign are made in exactly this size, 72. Previous first level use 60, and there is possibility to use up to 90 cells per level, but 72 is some kind of, you know, golden standard, our internal golden standard, big enough to place about 8 to 10 productions, several cities inside, and still not very big to keep it all, you know, playable. But it's up to you to experiment. So I'm just gonna show you what gonna be if you will resize the level later. So we can create some stuff here, right, and maybe here, and we're going to resize the level after that. And what's happening? It's like 80, let it be resize. And what's happening? Some part of the level can become worth, let's say, 65. Yeah. I'm trying to make some part of the level to be outside the visible area, like 77, bad luck. So if you want to keep the objects you've created inside the, let's say that this spot was inside the visible area, and after the resize it's gonna be outside, and you need to include it, you can use offset tool. Not that, probably here. Okay, just 4 or 5, not like that. You can choose how to catch the object you've already created, but the best practice is still to choose the size of the level before you start editing it. So let's move on. Our first step showing the landscape modifying tool. It's pretty simple. By the way, zoom in, zoom out, and moving across the map with right mouse button or with arrows is exactly the same like inside the main game, so there shouldn't be any problem. So this tool, you can choose the side, right, size. You can choose the square or circle area you're gonna use. You can see the small blue markers showing the area, and this tool is using to create mountains. It's quite useful for some hills and probably some holes. So if you're using shift, you can go down, create some holes. You can create some peaks if you're using 0 size, like some peak in the mountains, like this, like that. Some mountains, and you can create some, I know, hills here. Please remember about visible area, and you should create some stuff here and here as well, because there are different monitors, different aspect ratio, and different, resolution. Some guys may be using Windows screen, not just full screen. So some parts of the levels, hidden parts, as you might believe, can be not that hidden. So you should remember about it and create some completed picture of the screen. The next landscape modifying tool is tool that predetermined height. So you should use target level like 2. You should use square, circle size, and create some plateau or canyons if the target would be like -1. It is also useful for creating like rivers, so we can choose like -2 and create some river floating here. Maybe it will go from here to here, something like that. Looks good. And some lake probably here. So it's quite useful. If you use shift, you can make this modify more smooth, like this. You can show it to you. It's not that quick, right? 0 can make it a little bit more smooth. And also circle, square, as in previous tab. Okay, let's go to colors. Actually, we have 16 of them, not big amount, but still good enough to create 20 levels of the main campaign you have seen, so we believe that it will be enough for you as well. Let's add some colors. For example, we can choose sand color the sand to create the bottom of our canyon. Probably it will be a river, so some sand will be good here and here. Probably here would be some lake, and we'll create some sand as well, like this. Good. Some sand here. We can choose some other grass color to create some grass here and there, and probably we will use some other color for hills, like here, or some special color for, you know, for Plato, and some hills here, and here probably. We can also use some colors for creating peaks on the mountains, like snow peaks. Maybe here. Some small spots of the snow, and here looks better. Okay. What else? Maybe some part of the level covered with forests. Some forests here. Yeah, this would be better. Some forest there. Looks good. I think you understand the main principle, and right now I'm gonna show you how to add some objects. We'll start from the very simple objects, like forest, like some trees. Well, we've created some spots for trees. The most simple way to add objects is to choose them in the manager. Here you've seen the different folders. We've chosen the forest folder and trees inside, like this, and created. You've you're choosing it here and adding it here. There is a way to add more objects. You should hold shift, and after that you can add several objects like this, and some other objects like this, and a couple of yellow stuff. Okay, better. There is also a way to add to create duplicate of the objects from the entire level. You should choose it, press Ctrl, and then drag it like this, so it will choose some copy of it. For example, we'll need some trees here as well. Would be better maybe to add some forest here. Boom, 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 and there, like this. Okay, good. Where else can we add? Maybe some maybe some rocks. Rocks are always good. Some rocks here, and some yellow rocks here. They are always good as well, and some rocks with green, maybe here. Looks good. Let me describe how object moving works. You need to select the object, pressing on it. If you're in the Objects tab, this blue area means the changing the object coordinates. You can drag it from this, or using this area, this blue area. This yellow ring allows you to change the rotation like this, and this white dots allows you to scale the object if you need it bigger or smaller. You can also see the options of this object, select object here, so you can adjust precisely some coordinates or scale if you want. This red arrow allows you to change the height, the position. Actually, objects are snipping to the landscape, but sometimes it's useful to adjust height a little bit. Please be careful that height adjusting, because if you leave the object like there, you'll be lost. This object will be lost. It will be forever hanging somewhere in the limb, so please don't do it. It's not good for optimization. What else? Well, it pretty much everything you need to know about landscape creating, about object setting, simple object setting, and its modifying. There is one last thing I want to talk about. Its flares. It allows you to modify colors of the level, to create it more deep and more emotional. Let me describe it. There are 9 different flares. You can choose like green flare like this, and the mood, as you can see, it adds some green color. You can change the scale of it, this, so make some mood, right? And if you add some peach flare, it entirely changed the vibe of this forest. And for example, navy flare will create some cold mood, and terracotta will create some you know, some worm. Please use it, because we're proud of this tool, and as you can see on the levels of the main campaign, it's used. We're using it a lot, and it's good tool as well. Flares. So we're creating landscape, we're creating some objects on the landscape. It is the end of the first video. In the next video I will tell you about productions and stations and how to add them. Stay tuned.